Ma me fana say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo.
Well, Aban.
Wa.
Amisa say there. Ba omi akwa kasa o. Ma inkunkum adawroma.
Yeah, the dika ma menchia da menchia watie for na menkase. Dr. Bawuliar, Vice President. Utie na wo ne kasa bia timusa sabi agudie wona ni so. Because this is a vice president sabi or Ghana so or na Kufuado the shasi ayekwa nyina ono and for quite some time now shasi so obeka say who some spin doctors be or more take over the media and the kind of rationalization or more they ban say obi a vice president enyo ni na kaka no and for that matter no or your mate into say something goes on toward that the vice president cannot shoulder the blame. That is the kind of rationalization some people within the media seeking to put across. Yanjuntum nasebabi ekoye die yamfa emano because they get and say for what is why. So we had the current constitutional arrangement. Say obi a vice president and in this country that person is not a pussy or some kind of a CCR. You can't know the chile. Constitution, you know, I'm on a responsibility. No one can say na juma. On the president, no, and I take decisions. Critical one. Are you aware of issues of relating to the economy? Or more cabinet or the president in the co-chair. So whatever economic decisions be about on TV or a part of it, so he cannot run away from. And again, so we have Nana Kufuado. We're making it clear. Bawuliar and Nkuaa we are senior saying in Amano. And when it comes to the economy, Bawuliar and I will take the driving seat. Or chair all the economic initiative and the economic policies of this particular country. So now, so we are Ghana economy here. There is nothing but a monumental economic embarrassment. Ghana economy down. I would say economy because I at the international space all the credible rating agencies are downgrading Ghana and status junk. And so we call the banking sector now. Look at the kind of financial situation at our high. Your banks in crowd come once a man. So the reality on the ground and say Bawuliar enyo obia sabi oya vice president that okase Nana Kufuado kan ya no odiso. No, he has a role. Our role no recognize it, constitution recognize, and again based on the preferences of the president, he has also been given extra mandate our chair the economic management team. Enti niama akobonea Bawuliar cannot run away from. Enti the okoya no that make us say agudie we nani so maybe he thinks that Ghana for are so gullible and for that matter no be jina no be spend some of these things man for we befi na ya kase de ekosi onka ho ade a o kase oba be flow. One of them is the e-levy no buy you saw the kind of resistance across the political divide. People within the media, even some of the people, some clergymen Omujina kase no e-levy no. If you look at the economic situation in Ghana, e-levy bar eba say economy because our buying asabi what I want to mind sika no kwa wo say here how much more the ordinary man asabi oni adwuma ye. In some way, Vice President so acquire interview with Peace FM and were making it clear on the e-levy, he wasn't part of it. But at the time, the decision was to be made, what's in the voice, throughout the conversation. He was silent throughout. But one can say to me, we agree. And the cabinet decision, a course so man that particular decision was taken, he was part of it. At the end of the day, according to your friend saying, former General Secretary John Bawuliar as at the cabinet, and he voted for the e-levy. So and you cannot come back and tell Ghana for say e-levy I wasn't part of it and me baby year through. Today you have power because on one kasa through the workings of the government everything submitted the same thing to parliament young reverse that particular e-levy. But the kind of economic hardship I impose on us and then again now they were talking about emission levy. Emission levy transna be something was a emission levy because the government our vision say indeed say the world is going green, and I'm telling you there has been a deliberate policy across the world that every government be taking a step to ensure that this transition to green way it goes smoothly because you say and yam benefit for and first energy you go green. I buying the same government and I set it up first cars factories are almost some more cars or combustible engines no more. Na engine if I didn't if I China na say way and the same petrol run if I run at the look at traffic on our road and now see how that's open now look at the timer cars and spending on the road. So we are buying we are really serious. and you are committed some part, the world is going green, so you are doing everything to ensure that carbon also reducing emission in the way. Yeah, these are some of the measures you take, but you don't impose taxes on your first vehicle because yes, because of emission. Carbon dioxide because once I move to fossil, they definitely know it will go. But
electric cars,
exactly. Now electric car don't say say. And what is the government blueprint when it comes to your transition? Said there is a deliberate policy idea to in the next 10 years we are transitioning to green. There is absolutely nothing. And the Obi has just decided to find a way. Say, ya run the economy na bono or more the economy say we dim kwasa sama my economy na say. So they are just trying to find a way to pay for their recklessness and incompetence because. Sit here and don't say Ghana yada sorry ya nebesi hayo. Okay, yeti kuro betra wa video so abra na Akufo-Addo de Ghana for taxes hand jet koba no. He never knew said this day will come. O dware na nani pe Kenyans asem kire no. He never listened. Yeti kuro man ye ka say the Ghana sika kwaye cathedral. Nyans asem be na yantena vice president he was part of it. Otimi tena se Kenyans asem kire mo say baby awiase akwakoduru yemfa o man sika kwaye cathedral.
The biggest hole in the whole world.
Exactly na abaye this one. So Bawuliar call I was expecting say he will be bold enough, man enough to apologize to Ghanaians for the many reckless decisions of what take here and across to the ordinary Ghanaians so much and economy no eshabasi asia unhu baby awode here. So that means the guy is just an intellectual fraudster. You know, he thinks that politics is so cheap. He's just an intellectual fraudster. But in reality, what he's supposed to do as a vice president to mitigate the kind of economic challenges Ghana for go through, no, or no, and then a priority because I am a priority. And all case you live no for and Ghana for who some resistance be on his part say or ye be to convince Akufo-Addo say no baby and nema kwakoduru yentete nema so because taxes na ye keka go amam for so no emu yaden and for that baby na sabi decision nyansa nim na what take it from day one basi na and no cost to Ghana for so much. Why was he in 2016? Was it no same Bawuliar on the various social media platform telling us John Mahama are reckless, John Mahama are incompetent, and that he was borrowing excessively or not Bank of Ghana or bar. Only maybe a sika no war and Akufo-Addo de pay so say yet sika so den a comedian or mobile no and Ghana ya debt to your GDP saying ya bubble seal to the sense oh just a quantify me say o fa keno for that time now they are bad in the now they nam say on chile baby a sika bosia ya boy and de omo dia ya o nyanya nsasem bia mfa nchira ha babu na kuno because the sika omo invest in anything sensible. And on my no bar neighbor, Opa Fanana Fananam Kroma across Tamale Hwan na bisa no say, Busiana Yaboriskano de Yaden. Why would I have Babuna Kun because all Yans are the Bianchero? That is a country and on Maya within 4 years. Yet Timiko Eurobond was subscribed to $11 billion. Do you know how much Sassikarun in the war? You have 11 billion in a short space of 4 years. Tell me the whole of West Africa, a country within that short period, no, wako Eurobond market, I call this Sassika and Dabakro. Sassika in the Dabakro Mababedi, there is absolutely nothing to do. Me say, Adia and Krofo mu deserve is to be apologizing to Ghanaians on daily basis and among expect say somebody will come and make sure say they answer for their steed worship, they answer for their crime because kind of crime and Krofo are committed against the good people of this country, no. It will take ages to undo the damage, and that is the reality of the issues. I come as
ministers also obey you on my own.
The 15 ministers, you know, that Amra Ghana economy crash, you know, Yakwabontin could declare bankruptcy, telling the world, so we can't pay our debt. We told our external creditors, actually, but we took a unilateral decision. It wasn't like we consulted them. It was a unilateral decision on the part of the finance minister. Say we can't settle our debt, so so we forfeited. At the end of the day, what happened? Yenam na ye pa man for achaw Akufo-Addo na sabi o se Ghana beyond aid, you know. Every year no wa principal beggar, just gallivanting around the globe, begging a man for say, man for ye kanche everywhere be na or the French president so oko China, oko kanche Chinese, we for say unfane kanche no. We have become a global embarrassment because certain individuals decided say omuntie nyansasem. People decided say came to finance their personal greed and egos. And Nipa Kenyans and the economy is flat. So Bawuliar Ghana for he should start by apologizing to Ghanaians. That's the first thing he should do. Because I think that people will be so gullible enough to believe in those kind of nonsense he went out there to put out there. Like who believe in Bawuliar? And unless mate bang. And I make a sure say under the current constitutional arrangement, a vice president is not a CC. You are not a pussy. You push you around. You have a role, a defined role. and you have a responsibility. And Akufo-Addo is one person that was creating enough room for the vice president to operate. He went out there and publicly declared, said, this is Bawuliar Nyankopon we are seeing inside nationality. Now we are not kind of sakeke.
So national service is very optional.
And this is a confused guy who doesn't even know what he's talking about. You can't national service. Do you know why national service was introduced? Nipano free school bar. I feel that you're prepared to go into the real world. In our educational curriculum, there is this huge disconnect between academia and the industrial world or the job market. So you need to prepare people through the national service. But it's a bridge that we make sure we prepare people so that when they take over the industrial world now, so we have free honors substitute for what? We say this is just politics. National service why not national service a problem, national service the problem is saying Metiana make a choice say serious as a country. You see you go the industrial way now agriculture bare backbone. People coming out of the university, you should be thinking about how you can incentivize them after school. Agree no betia I come sabi I attractive and what about being the producer from that agricultural firm and go into the industries and the factories that we want to build. This is where rational way of thinking as a leader, but not this populist insurgency campaign but how you come among for 1 year so and what kind of sad track so I think say any serious thinking Ghanaian be new and take about me serious because the mess we find ourselves in now. He's part of it. He has contributed to it. He is responsible, fully responsible for whatever that has happened. Because me, Akufo-Addo cry there. Sometimes I don't blame him because the guy is old, or sometimes he doesn't even remember things happening around. So, Bawuliar, a young man, I said, got it in China. Obet me Kenyan sasem. Akaka in the Sesabi, Nema exactly because I don't say old age, the dementia and whole lot of stuff comes in when you grow. I'm not saying it's Akufo-Addo, but that is the physiological changes that happen in the brain, and that is a fact. So, sometimes he can be pardoned. What about Bawuliar? A young man, I actually say, when it comes to the economy, where you do Bank of Ghana, and Ghana Sikano. Today we have become principal beggars on the global arena, telling people some fire can't and besides Mugabe. The Ekosi, Bawuliar si yanken na ono medi president ansa na solution na woni team no or their mayen. Sabi I have about them because and the car na ye kan wasem no. I have about them because and the car na ye team no. Car no credit. Car no kwa kopema say. We say we should wait na nkopem say na sa wo be driver no wi ansa na waboa amaya repair. It doesn't make sense. So any ingenuity or any wisdom, if you have any solution, you bring it to the fore at the moment. Because this is the now Ghanaians want to rescue our homeland from economic crash. What I say? Oh my no kwakobo. What's the media? Just a president answer. And how do we believe you say over a president? I didn't know when you have the first at the state today, but we are vice president. I'm telling you, say we your pussy. You are not a sissy. You have a role. You have a responsibility. You can bring it to the fore. So
convincing.
It's not convincing. And I make us say we see politics in our we have certain gullible folks they always sing hallelujah choruses because they come from their party. So, but if you are a reasonable person, now what's national if you do comparative analysis, now we are very analytical, we be now a lot of questions. I'm not sure that you get the answers. As a one year answers, right? It means in some kind of because politics is not cheap and we see because I may say at some point in politics and I quite see about big stage. And I am comedians, I almost expensive coat, no muji just no more comedy and I yet form. And every day be a future and a celebrate away. But because of the politics, we don't realize the kind of extensive damage these people are doing it to us. It's the reason why Bawuliar will feel free. Because when I'm here Bawuliar, go back to 2016. I am telling you, I'll be so much ashamed that I can't even step out. Because this is a guy, go back to 2016 and look at the kind of attacks, the kind of euphoria, intellectual euphoria this guy created around himself. People saw him as a messiah. A lot of people who bought into that particular idea say, Bawuliar, yes, he's the guy.
Let's give them the chance.
Exactly. Was he not the same guy? There was a video that is circulating. He said, sir, taxes, your friend is saying, your road now, we can just tow the road and do what? And pay and do our road. And I told no, I'm just sorry, I'm not passing the Yemne Canos and the Nisun Brino, or say taxi where you're free. And but seeing that nobody has questioned him. And now look at the amount of money we are losing through that particular. Your friends are tax, we told you free. Complaining. And he's a vice president. And he's aware. Yesika of mine at this particular time because, and enkokrafo a waye na dwuma or the pension akwa investment this time awanyini asabi the physiological changes are happening in the body. They are weak. They need access to money to be able to take care of their medical bills. And then nisika no don start so you heard the story among for kokolebu dialysis. Look at our school system. This is the reality. Yete ho. So solution via bring it now. Let people know say at least about me execute even 10% of the or just obey president nansa. Abema Ghana for nya ho to so okay see ye hwe the ekosia. We can believe the guy say he has something, but this is a guy who has offered nothing. He's just talking politics. He's just talking politics because obenya media people their highlands will just babwage so can you fire when they say it is time of politics, you know. You better attach some seriousness to it. Now you're lending the citizens certain modicum of wisdom. Now we are not just dealing with some gullible minds. You can just go down through anything.
We just had somebody to insult to the sitting president.
Oh, said the all kind idea. He's telling us, Akufo-Addo aso yeden. Now, Kenyans asem bi akire no, or nantie because already there or your mate. And oka, the other can and Akufo-Addo antie. That is an insult. And I think there is a betrayal. And they all cannot, and say it's funny. And you can't even trust him because it's just politics. Myanmar, there is nothing that has happened in this country. And demonstrators about Umia and for what has happened. There is nothing. The all coin they all your politics keke and ya both stage amano na sabi original so okay cancer because someone who say he want power and he need to say anything to convince the ordinary Ghanaian say my baby, and that is why I'm telling you say Sanka is serious and you want very critical media asabi ombetimi abisa critical questions. I am not sure about Umia will have the energy and the moral infantry to pop himself out there say the person be the president. Me say the idea that Bawumia want to be president, you know, it's an insult to every intelligent mind in Ghana. The idea so it's an insult to everybody because it's not as if we don't know him. But tell me, yes, be of China and I say Cambodia never. Bawumia ya cannot Ghana has say he has been in power for 8 good years. Nyuma wada di what will be so. How convincing? Let's say yes, Bawumia be the president. To Bawumia to me convincing. Come on, I'm not sure. Say. Unless it will be a stooge. Now I just say the other can be a young Nkuaa by. But if you want to do analytical politics, now we do me say politics can because you see some okano on one kasa quite ridiculous no. On one kasa serena ho I say he was engaging in what you call political orgasm or some kind of way. Or masturbate now no enjoy. Oh yes, because we jina stages na manfo jina wanima. Kana ya monjo so when I would see stages no when you kufu there wa manfo jina obo nsem ade na abaye. Kika nsem no gum because nsem na okana not feasible. Nsem na okana he has power to stop them today. Doable. Yes, doable. He will not even get there to do it because nsem na okana say okika keke because 11 no tell me say Bawumia put you up any resistance say 11 he wasn't for it. And mission 11 no tell me about something Bawumia demonstrating your chira say or if say on can who be the difficulties I cause as a vice president initiative by audio go akwan one thing I will refi dollar now say watching us them and dollar not say so you see this is a comic character who shouldn't be taken serious. He's just playing on the emotional keyboards of Ghanaians. He thinks that Ghanaians are emotional, gullible people. NDC MPP politics na or can semna you be baby and tell me, he has a lot of people in the media. You should give him a chance. Presidency, no, Abusia Komian, Akasi Yantra will be here.
Mamena PENDREAM TV. Now, so far, so good. Say, open online portal, Ghana. Nipa share, Nipa follow, Nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.